Thou hast it all. King, otter, lambs, all that the weird women promised, and I fear thou played most foully with it. That they said it should not stay in thy posterity, but that I should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from this, as upon they, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities of those made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Who's our chief guest?
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the whichever my duties in most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
Why do this afternoon?
I am I, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both brave and prosperous in this day's council. We'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as the fill of the time, twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a borrower of the night, for dark hours.
Fail not our feast.
I shall not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their ears with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. For therewithal we shall have cause of state craving this joint. Hie you to horse. Adieu. Till tonight. Goes Fleance with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon's.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we'll keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men on pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us.
Be thus is enough to be safe with us. The fears of vanquished dig deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. It is much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. It's none but he whose being I do fear. And under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters, when first they placed the name of king on me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched by unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, then for them have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan hath I murdered. Put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them. And mine eternal joy given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come, fate, into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? I'll go to the door and stay there together. Was it not yesterday we spoke?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then, now, have you considered of my speeches?
Know that it was he in the times past who held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. Passed in probation, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all things to half a soul into a notion crazed, say thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our cause for second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue you go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, shows, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued fly distinguishes the sparrow, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter. Every one according to that gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular attention from the bill that writes them all alike. So of men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, and I can place that business in your bosom, whose execution takes your enemy, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death be perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune that I would set my lie on any chance to mend it, or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against mine years of life. I know I could, with bare-faced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends, of both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. Thus it is to your assistance I do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Within the hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Present you with a perfect spy of the time, the moment, for it must be done tonight. It's something from the palace. I always thought I required a Cletus. And with him, to leave no rubs or botches in the world, Leon's his son, keeps him company, whose absence here is no less material than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves within. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved.
We are resolved.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is done. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court? I'm the Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words. Naught had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtless joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep so alone? How sorry is fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them, they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We've scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer. Ere we be now in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Steel or poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on. Gentle, my lord. Slake o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial with your guest tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo, presenting evidence both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, make our faces lizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Now, nurse Banquo is free on slaves.
But in them nature's copies not etern.
Its comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou Jacon. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy lungs, hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be no triumphant.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest John, till thou grow the deed. Come, sealing night. Scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes way to the rooky wood. Good things by day do droop and drowse, whiles night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Bad things begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth, he needs no harm his trust since he commands our offices and what we have to do to the direction shot.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lady traveler pace to gain the timely, and it soon approaches the subject of our watch. Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there! Oh!
Then to see, the rest that are within the note of expectation are already in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, though he does usually, as all men do, from hints to making their walk.
A light, a light. Tizzy, stand to it!
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down! No! Fly, good friend! Fly!
Who did put out the light?
What's not the way?
We have lost best half of our affair!
Let's away and say what has been done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome. Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
See? They welcome you with their hearts. Both sides are even. Here, I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure, the table round.
My royal lord, do not keep the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often doubt. While it is a making, it is given with welcome. Feed were best at home. The sauce to meat is ceremony, needing were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion, wait on appetite and health on us both.
May it please your highness, sir.
Here had we now our country's honor roofed. For the grace person of our banquo present, whom may I rather challenge for my kindness than pity for his chance.
His absence lays blame upon his promise. Please your highness, grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is the place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it! Never shake that gory locks at me!
Gentlemen, rise. Your highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus and has been from his youth. I pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If you must note him, you shall offend him and extend his passions. Feed. Regard him not. Are you a man?
I, bold one, that looks upon that which might have pulled the devil.
Stop! This is the painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Flaws and stars, imposters to true fear, would well become a woman's story at winter's fire authorized by her grandam. She says, why do you make such faces? What else have you looked on this stool?
Behold, look! Lo, what say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst nod, speak too. The charnel houses in our graves must bring those we bury back. Our monuments should be the walls of kites.
Quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fly for shame!
Rather good shame here now. In the times past, the humane statute purged the gentle wheel. Ah, and since then, murders have been performed too terrible to the ear. The time had been when the brains were out, the man would die, and there the end. But now they rise again, with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is stranger than such a murder is.
My lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. I'll sit here. Here, give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the health of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here. To all, and with him we thirst. And all in all, avaunt! And quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of this time.
What men dare, I dare. Approach thee like a rugged Russian bear, beyond the rhinoceros of the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape of that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. I'll be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then, protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! So, it's gone. I am the man again. Pray you, sit still.
This place the mirth, work the good meeting with most advised disorder.
And such things overcome summer's cloud without my special wonder. You make me strange. When now I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear.
Sights, my lord.
Pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Questions enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not in the order you're going, but go at once.
Good night and better health.
A kind good night to all.
They will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations by maggot pies and shows and rooks brought forth the secret man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which?
How sayst thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send for him, sir?
I hear it, by the way, but I will send. There's not a one but in his house I keep a servant feed. Tomorrow and betimes I will to the weird sisters, or shall I speak? For now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood, steeped in so far. Should I wait no more, returning where his tedious go. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, go to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiating fear that brings hardness. We are yet but young.
Why, how now, Haggett? You look angrily.
Have I not reason? Beldams as you are. Saucy and overhauled. How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, never called to bear my honor, to show the glories of our art. And which is worse, all that you've done has been but for a wayward son, spiteful, wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. Now make amends now. Get your guard, and at the pit of ActIII you read me in warning. Oh, if it not, he will come to know his destiny. Now, your vessels and your spells provide your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend unto a dismal and a fatal end. Oh, great business must be wrought in. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it as it comes to ground, and thus, distilled by magic sleight, shall draw such artificial sprites, and on the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. Oh, he shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hope of wisdom, grace, and fear. You all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. I am called. My little spirit see sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Come, let's make haste. We should soon be back.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Mary, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm, for Donald Bane to kill their gracious father? Damn fact! And how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight, in pious rage, the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? And was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So, that I say, he has borne all things well, and I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, and as it please heaven he should not, they should find what it were to kill a father, so should Fleance. But peace, or from broad words, cause he failed his presence. At the tyrant's feast I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom the tyrant king holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward, aid to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward. That by the help of these, and with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives. Do faithful homage, and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. Oh, and this report hath so exasperate the king that he prepares for some attempt at war.
Send he to Macduff?
He did. And with an absolute "Sir, not I," the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who should say, "You'll rue the day that clogs me with this answer."
And that what might well advise him to caution to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere to come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers.